This is Marcus Sniffles. Just a quick disclaimer on this video. It was recorded before the news of Daniel Jones being the Colts' new starting quarterback for week 1. So I did have a hot take that Anthony Richardson was going to be the comeback player of the year. So obviously that is not going to happen now that he is not starting. So I'm going to change my hot take from that to Tyler Warren will have 100 catches this year as a rookie. 100 catches for Tyler Warren. That is my disclaimer for this video. I'm going to stand by the Colts record and prediction as far as the division. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, even with that disclaimer. I am going to do a deep dive into what happened with Anthony Richardson and his time here in Indianapolis. So appreciate it. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Welcome back to the channel. This is Marcus Sniffles here with more Colts content, NFL content, and this week is predictions week and hot take week. So we did this last year, so we're bringing it back. We're going to go through my division winner picks, wild card picks, Super Bowl matchup and winner, along with 5 hot takes to go along for the upcoming season. Now, before we get started, you guys know what I need you to do. Like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, really helps us out. Every Monday, 7 in the morning, we're dropping a video. Throughout the season, off season, doesn't matter. We're dropping videos. So let's get started. We make the fucking rules now. No more talk. Just win. Let's go.
Touchdown! I-N-D-Y! Anthony Richardson.
Okay, so last year, the division winners, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Rams, and then the wild card teams were the Steelers, Chargers, Broncos, Commanders, Vikings, and Packers. Obviously, there are going to be a few locks that we know are going to make the playoffs, and there's going to be a few surprise teams that miss the playoffs and a few surprise teams that make the playoffs. So while we're going over our predictions for the division winners, I'm also going to incorporate my 5 hot takes into them because they kind of will coincide with each other. I think the locks for division winners are going to be obvious this year. There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Eagles. I believe all 4 of those teams will be back. I believe all 4 of those teams with their quarterbacks, roster construction, coaching, a mix of all those things, they will all make it back to the playoffs and win the division. So, a team that might surprise people that I'd have missing the playoffs this year, that are not going to win a division, which is also going to coincide with my first hot take. The Texans and the Lions are going to miss the playoffs. Now, I know a lot of people think the Texans just run the AFC South because they've been winning it the last 2 years, but they have refused to address their offensive line. They only have one receiver who, when healthy, is a top 10 receiver by far. And CJ Stroud kind of had a little bit of an injury during the offseason, which I want to keep an eye on. And I think there's a possibility that they miss the playoffs. That is my prediction. Now, with the Lions, I don't believe you can lose 2 coordinators, offense and defense, lose offensive players on the offensive line, and not drastically improve the defensive personnel. Obviously, getting the defensive lineman that got hurt is going to improve the defense, but if everything around him is not good, Hutchinson can only do so much. So I have the Texans and the Lions missing the playoffs completely. So for my other division winners, obviously I have the Colts winning the AFC South, which will go with my second hot take. The Colts will host a playoff game this year for the first time in God knows how when. It's been so long, I probably just got this jersey the last time we hosted a playoff game, but that is my hot take. The Colts will win the AFC South, and with winning the division, they will host a playoff game. One of the teams that a lot of people predict to kind of go head-to-head with the Colts and Texans and Titans for the AFC South crown is the Jaguars. Obviously, they have Trevor Lawrence, who, when healthy, can be a top 10 quarterback talent-wise. And they have Brian Thomas, who is an amazing wide receiver, already top 10 after one season. He dominated us. The reason I have them missing the playoffs is I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to play up to his number one overall pick status. I don't think the team is built very well. And for my next hot take, Travis Hunter will have a minimal impact on offense and defense. I just don't think you can do both of those things and have an impact on either side of the ball. I just don't think it's possible. As much as I like Travis Hunter as a prospect and as a player, there's a reason why people haven't done this and why it hasn't been done. And I don't think it will be done. Now, I'm not saying that he won't do it, but when you trade all those draft assets to move up to the second overall pick to pick a player, you're trying to pick a player that's going to drastically change your draft, or that's going to drastically change your team's trajectory, like for the next 5 to 10 years, because you lost those kinds of assets. We're talking about, trading up for an RG3 or a generational running back or like a Randy Moss type player. Like, that's the kind of impact the Jaguars are hoping to get from a Travis Hunter. And I don't believe you can have that kind of impact playing both sides of the ball. So I think Travis Hunter is going to have a minimal impact on offense and defense. So along with the Colts making the playoffs, to kind of put a bow on the AFC South, my next hot take, Anthony Richardson is going to win Comeback Player of the Year. Now, can you be a comeback player if you played last year and you just sucked? Sometimes. It really depends on what year it is. Joe Burrow won it last year, and he came back from, playing some of the year but being hurt, and he just came out guns blazing. So I feel like Anthony Richardson is going to do the same thing. He's going to come out, going to complete about, 60% of his passes, 30 passing touchdowns, 5 to 10 rushing touchdowns, maybe 3,500 passing yards, something light, something easy, coming out of the gate and win the AFC South. I think that's enough to win Comeback Player of the Year. So now let's go through the rest of our playoff, our division predictions. We already have the Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Colts, and the Eagles. For the NFC North, I have the Packers winning. NFC South, I have the Bucks winning. NFC West, I have the Rams repeating. The wildcard teams. You made it this far. If you have not liked the video at this point, what are you waiting for? Just like the video. Hit the like button right now. I'm talking to you. Make sure you like the video and subscribe and drop a comment. All that stuff. This is a threat. Not a threat, a warning. But it could be a threat. Just do it. In the AFC, obviously a lot of people believe in the Chargers and Justin Herbert. I believe in that defense, and I think Justin Herbert, at some point, he's going to play better in the playoffs and in a big game, and I think this will be the year for him. And I have two surprising teams that are going to make it in the AFC wild card. I have the Dolphins. As a former Tua Tagovailoa fantasy owner, I think he's a good quarterback. He puts up a lot of yards and puts up a lot of points and throws a lot of touchdowns. I think Tyreek Hill has a lot to prove this year after how he ended the last season. And I believe the Dolphins are a better team than the Patriots, and they're better than the Jets. I think it's a fairly easy path for them to make the wild card. The next AFC team I have making the wild card is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, they go from improving their quarterback situation, improving their head coaching situation, a second year of Brock Bowers, and adding a top 10 pick at running back. I think that offense is going to turn it around, and Pete Carroll knows how to coach defenses. So that will be my AFC playoff teams. We have Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Colts, Raiders, Chargers, and the Dolphins. NFC, Eagles, Packers, Bucks, Rams, Cowboys. Dak Prescott is healthy. CeeDee Lamb got paid. I believe at the time that this video comes out, Micah Parsons will be paid. And when you have an elite pass rusher, it makes everybody better on defense. And I think the Cowboys are going to turn it around and have a good season. I also think we're going to get another team from the NFC East, and it's going to be the Commanders. Jaden Daniels takes a little bit of a step back. I don't know what's going to happen with Scary Terry, but I feel like even without him, Jaden Daniels can play well and produce at a winning level and make it back into the playoffs. And for the final wild card team, Penix season. I have the Falcons making the playoffs. I think I picked them last year, and it bit me in the ass because Kirk Cousins is old and Michael Penix was a rookie. But now we got second-year Michael Penix. We got Drake London. Bijan Robinson is turning into a top 5 running back. Kyle Pitts is in a contract year. Raheem Morris, known defensive, I don't want to say mastermind, but he's a good defensive coach. I think this will be the year that they put it together, and they also make the playoffs. Now, Super Bowl picks. This is a tough one. Now, I kind of went back and forth, and there's a part of me that wanted to just say, you know what? Let's just throw the Chiefs in there. They're in there every year. They've been in the Super Bowl 6 out of the last 7 years. It would be easy to just put the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. But you know what? This video is not obvious takes from Marcus Sniffles. It is hot takes. So here, we're giving out hot takes for the video because that's the title of the video, so it's going to be a hot take. For the Super Bowl, representing the AFC, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this will coincide with my last hot take. Hot take number 5. Lamar Jackson is going to win his 3rd MVP. Lamar Jackson honestly should have won the MVP last year. Go back and look at those numbers he put up, over 4,000 yards passing, a bunch of yards rushing, 40 touchdown passes, under 10 interceptions, didn't fumble the ball, won a bunch of games, won a division, made the playoffs. He's an unstoppable quarterback. And nobody plays the quarterback position cooler than Lamar Jackson. He just has so much swag and style to him on the field, and he is an unstoppable player in my opinion. And this will be the year that he takes that unstoppable play style that he has in the regular season and it transfers into the postseason, and he dominates the Bills, the Chiefs, the Colts, the Chargers, whoever they happen to face. I think they get the 1 seed, they get the bye. They only got to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. And if you look at Lamar Jackson's record against NFC teams, it's 20-3. He does not lose to NFC teams. So if he makes it to the Super Bowl, he's going to be a Super Bowl champion. Now, who's the team that's going to come out of the NFC? This is going to be another hot take because I feel like a lot of people would easily throw in the Eagles. They're going to repeat. They have the big offensive line. They have a good roster. They have Saquon. Jalen Hurts making a case for a top 10 cornerback. People might make a case for the Rams. They got Matthew Stafford. They got Devontae Adams. Puka Nacua is going to be healthy. That defense is really good. That pass rush with Jared Verse. Why not the Rams? The talking heads will give you the Cowboys. Why not? It's the Cowboys. There's no other reason for them to be in the Super Bowl besides we need the ratings and we need to talk about Jerry Jones, or even the Commanders. Jaden Daniels got him to the NFC Championship last year. Why not take it to the next step? Obviously, he's going to get him to the Super Bowl in his 2nd year. I don't have that. I have, representing the NFC in the Super Bowl, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Before you start going in, before you start rage baiting me in the comments, look at the numbers Baker Mayfield has been putting up in the playoffs. Every year that he's been with the Bucs and made the playoffs, they have won a game, and he has played really well. He's put up very good numbers, damn near Patrick Mahomes-esque numbers, and he has played very well. I think teams like the Eagles and the Rams kind of take a step back in their personnel department and in coaching, the same with the Lions. And I feel like this is a year a team like the Bucs could sneak in, host a game in the playoffs, go on the road and shock a team, and then maybe host the NFC Championship game and get to the Super Bowl. So those are my hot takes. I have I have the Ravens defeating the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson wins his 3rd MVP. Travis Hunter nullified on offense and defense. The Colts host a playoff game. The Texans and the Lions miss the playoffs. And Anthony Richardson is the comeback player of the year. Let me know what you guys' hot takes are. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time, Monday, 7 in the morning. Peace.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.